Today is Tuesday, December the 31st, the last trading day for the year. And I thought it was going to be a half a day trading day, but it turned out to be a full day. And it turned out to be a surprising day. It only turned up. Let's go to, well, here's the headlines. Really nothing to explain why the market turned up. The best gain since 2013 when there was 32 or 34% growth. So, 28% is great, but we've seen it before. But we've seen it without having to lower corporate taxes to the point where we are now over $1 trillion going into debt each fiscal year by more than $1 trillion. But what the heck? Let's look at FinViz. The change came around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We started to slowly creep up, and then we just shot up towards the end of the day. But no volume in the Dow. As we've seen lately, fairly strong volume in the NASDAQ, thanks to Boeing, Tesla, Apple, Amazon. And the S&P 500 typically has the same kind of relative volume as the Dow. But advancers doubled decliners, and that means that our market breadth is going to take a bit of a turn and head back up again towards the overbought line. But we'll see January the 2nd when we come back. It's a whole new day. Let me just point out some key differences. Really nothing happening in the S&P. We were up 0.3% at the end of the day. Now Apple is the one to be watching. And look what's happened to the 12 stochastic momentum index. It started to turn up again. And look at what it did back on October the 15th. It went down, started to turn back up again. Went down October the 27th. Didn't pull back too much. We can see this going flat for Apple for quite a while the stock continues to creep up. And I believe we're headed to 304.16, and I added another long vertical today for 470, the February 290 and 300s. So now I have a total of 7 contracts, some in January, some in February, and some in January. Caterpillar only up 16 cents, still in the channel. Home Depot did a nice turnaround, glad to see that, but nothing significant. Not much volume. Let's look at the volume in Apple. Reasonable volume in Apple, but not great. WDC up $1.26, starting to make an impression. The 12 momentum indicator is starting to move up again. The 40 is continuing to move up. Probably not a bad thing to own if you wanted to own a chip stock. Whirlpool, we are getting the buy signal here. So Thursday would be the day to step into this Whirlpool trade because the 40 continues to move up, and the 12 over the last 3 days has made a turn. So we've got a turn yesterday, and we continued the turn today. So let's put on an alert for Whirlpool right here. If it triggers that alert, which is would make a higher high than we did today, then I'm going to step in and I'm going to look at some call verticals. Now we have what one could say here. Is this an inverse head and shoulders? Yeah, maybe. But that's not going to be the dominant thing here. It's going to be the stochastic momentum indicators to watch for. Shopify, Amazon recovered a little bit. It's a new year on Thursday. What does the S&P say? I would be cautious. Look at this Fibonacci. We came back and we almost tested the 78.6%. Let's keep an eye on that. it's really indecisive. I have no idea what's going to happen Thursday. Happy New Year.